Hey guys, welcome to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to show you a cheap, easy, and functional way to make a tractor canopy that will fit on any make, model, or size of tractor. At the end of the video or in the description, I will give you a link that shows you all the parts that I used. If you like this content, guys, please just right down there, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and if you have any comments, put them in there or questions, and I'll answer them as soon as I possibly can. Thank you.
Life's an adventure near and far. Join us today at Highland Hills Farm.
The first thing for this, if you have a ROP system, is you got to make the bracket that your canopy will slide into. These parts I just purchased off of Amazon. It was stock steel. I think it's 1/4 inch plate. And the tube I'll have to get the dimension of, but it's got a 1 inch inside diameter. And then I just used U-bolts to attach to the ROPs. Now when I set this up, I clamped the plate on first and got my tube level and clamped that, and then I went and welded it. Now I'm not a welder at all. I'm not very good at it, but my welds have held now for almost 2 years. So the canopy itself is not super heavy, so you don't have to go as beefy as this is, but it seems to function well. I'll show you the back side on. So as you can see, it's just U-bolted onto the ROPs, and if you didn't have access to a welder, there's no reason you couldn't make these tubes a little bit longer to give you space to U-bolt the tube onto the plate and then U-bolt the plate onto the ROPs. Okay guys, now onto the canopy design, and what I used was actually a new dumpster cover. You can buy these in any size that should fit most tractors. I chose to go with what they call a double-walled dumpster cover. The reason for that, gives a little bit more rigidity. You probably don't need that as long as your bracing is good enough, but it wasn't any more money really, so I figured the double-walled dumpster cover would work sufficiently. So what I used is I purchased, I think it was 7/8 electric conduit, and on Amazon you can buy these clamp-on brackets, so you don't have to weld anything. You can put this all together with simple tools. So all I did was build a framework. I'm kind of pan by. Using the 7/8 conduit and these clamps. You can buy these clamps, I think they're like $10, or you get 10 of them for like $13 or $14 on Amazon. And then to attach the framework onto the canopy, I just use these plastic pipe clamps. And these are put through from the top or the washer, so there's no fear of them ever pulling out. And just put those periodically across the canopy. And it seems to work really well. It's not very heavy, but if you wanted to mount a fan or anything on the top of this, or a two-way radio or anything, it's definitely sturdy enough. It'll hold most anything I think that you put on it. That you would need. So that's all it is. I just assembled it, cut the pipes. I'd give you dimensions, but it's going to be different for everybody's tractor. The tractor that I have is a RK25, which is really just a TYM 25 horse tractor. So my dimensions won't necessarily work for you. But now when you're cutting your canopy, because you want it to go around or behind the ROPs a little bit. If not, you're going to have sun beating down on your neck, and it kind of really defeats the purpose. But as you can see, I had to notch out right here. This was originally all the original dumpster cover. I had to notch that out so it would go past the ROPs and give me adequate coverage on the back of my neck and shoulders to keep the sun off. But I will do a video real quick to show you how this goes on. It goes on. You can take this on and off in less than a minute. It just clips on. But I'll do a video in just a second to show you that. Guys, I'll just show you how easy this is. Like I said, this isn't very heavy. It probably weighs 15 pounds. All I have to do is set it up into these pipes, just like so, and push it back. That's how it goes. Now what I chose to do is I use these clips, and I just drilled holes in here. These just slide up through, clip on, and now it's locked on. You have no fear of it going anywhere. And as you can see, shaking on that, it's rigid. It's not going to flap around and make all kinds of noise. The other thing, which I haven't done yet, is when you're trimming the dumpster cover to fit around your ROPS like mine is, we'll zoom in there and you can see how it's been trimmed out up in here to fit around that ROPS and the mounting assembly. You'll get these little ears that you cut off. Now every dumpster cover is designed to have a hinge. I kept these and I haven't done it yet, but if you take these, grind this off a little bit, make it flat, you'll be able to take this and mount it to a piece of lexan that will drop down the back, and you could tint that lexan with window tint or whatever, and then you'd have full coverage down the back to keep the sun off you. But these would just go back up in here, and you can run a rod through on both sides. That would give you something that you could either make it stationary or allow it to swing, because maybe you want to store this. It would be able to fold right back up again and would take up hardly any room in your shop or whatever. Just the thickness of the cover would be the room it takes. But that's just something I haven't done yet, but it's something I'm definitely going to do. So these will just both go on. You'll run a rod down through, and you'll have a hinging piece of lexan that you could put on the back. And I personally would window tint it so that it kept the sun off you. But I hope this helps you guys if anybody's thinking about doing this. I'm kind of a DIY guy. To go buy one of these commercial, you're going to spend $600–700. I've seen some as high as $1,200 for really just a piece of plastic that I bought for $35. The whole thing together, I think I had $95–96 into the whole cover. To me, that's a pretty big savings. It's a little bit of time for me to make it, but it's very simple, and I saved a ton of money doing it. But I hope this helps you guys. You could modify this. You don't have to use a dumpster cover. You could still do the same type of framework. You could use Coroplast boards if you wanted. I wanted something a little more rigid because I'm going to be adding a fan on top of here, and we have a two-way radio that we use here around the farm, so I'm going to mount that on the top as well. But anyway, I hope this video helps you guys. If you like the video, like the content, like I said, please, right down there is the subscribe button. Hit that. Give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions on the build, just put those in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And like I said, I'll put on all the parts and stuff that I ordered and links down in the description. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day from Highland Hills Farm.